Chapter 1, History of Computers. Lesson 1. 5. The PC Revolution. Apple, IBM, and Microsoft. 981. IBM paid a 25-year-old to supply their operating system, then allowed him to sell the same software to every IBM competitor too. His name was Bill Gates. By 1990, he owned the computing world. Welcome back to Level Up GH. Lesson 1. 5, and this one is about 3 companies that changed everything. Apple, IBM, Microsoft. By the end of this video, you'll understand how computers went from $500,000 machines for governments to a $1,500 appliance on your family's desk. And you'll understand the smartest business deal in tech history. Let's go. In just 15 years, 1975 to 1990, computers became personal. Watch this timeline. 1975, the Altair 8800 ignites everything. 1977, Apple Roman II enters the market. 1981, IBM makes the PC mainstream. 1984, the Macintosh introduces the GUI. 1990, Windows is everywhere. 3 companies. 15 years. The world changes. Let's meet the people who made it happen. Look at this machine. The Altair 8800. No keyboard, no monitor, no screen. To program it, you flipped these toggle switches manually into binary patterns, 0 and 1. And you read the output from blinking LEDs. Yet when it appeared on the cover of Popular Electronics in January 1975, it sold out immediately. 2 Harvard students read that magazine cover. They called the manufacturer, claimed they had software ready. They didn't, then wrote it from scratch in 3 weeks. Their names were Bill Gates and Paul Allen. They called their company Microsoft. And the rest, as they say, is history. Quick check, let's see if you were paying attention. Who wrote a basic interpreter for the Altair 8800 in 1975 and went on to found Microsoft? Is it A, Steve Jobs and Wozniak, or B, Bill Gates and Paul Allen? While Gates and Allen were coding in Albuquerque, something was happening in Silicon Valley. The Homebrew Computer Club, a gathering of engineers, hackers, and enthusiasts, was meeting in a garage. 2 members, Steve Wozniak, the engineering genius, and Steve Jobs, the visionary salesman. Wozniak built the Apple I as a technical challenge. Jobs saw a product. Apple was born in 1976. Now we have 2 companies, 2 different bets. Microsoft bet on software. Apple bet on design and experience. Both bets paid off, and together they defined personal computing. 1984. Apple launches the Macintosh, and see this animated desktop on screen. Icons, windows, drop-down menus, a mouse. This is the Graphical User Interface, GUI. Before this, to use a computer you typed commands, dir, copy, delete. You had to memorize everything. The Mac changed that. You point, you click, you drag. Non-programmers could now use computers confidently. And here's the exam question waiting to happen. The GUI concept was not invented by Apple. It was developed at Xerox PARC in 1973. Apple licensed it and brought it to the world. See that exam alert badge? This topic will appear in your paper. GUI means Graphical User Interface. Icons, windows, menus, and a mouse. Second quick check. Which organization originally developed the GUI concept that Apple later commercialized in the Macintosh? A, IBM Research Labs. B, Xerox PARC. 1981. IBM, the biggest technology company in the world, enters the personal computer market. Intel 8088 processor. Watch the price count up, $1,565 at launch. And that terminal on screen, that's MS-DOS Microsoft Disk Operating System. A command line interface, no icons, no mouse, just typed commands. IBM didn't write this OS themselves. They licensed it from a small company in Seattle called Microsoft. And here's where it gets interesting. IBM gave Microsoft permission to sell the same OS to other manufacturers. That one decision changed everything. Watch this diagram carefully. Microsoft owns MS-DOS. IBM licenses it. IBM-compatible clone manufacturers, Compaq, Dell, HP, they emerge and they all need an OS. Microsoft has won. And because Microsoft licensed rather than sold the software, every single clone paid Microsoft too. IBM sold hardware. Microsoft collected royalties from everyone who sold hardware. By 1990, Windows ran on 90% of personal computers worldwide. Gates had chosen software over hardware and licensing over selling. It's the most consequential business decision in tech history. Before we hit the final quiz, here's everything we just covered. 5 bullet points. Altair 8800 sparked the movement. Microsoft wrote BASIC and licensed MS-DOS to IBM. Apple built the Apple I and Roman II from the Homebrew Club. The Macintosh GUI brought point-and-click to the masses, concept from Xerox PARC. And Microsoft's licensing deal made them dominant by 1990. 5 points. Locked in your brain. Now let's test it. Final question, and this is a real WASSCE question waiting to happen. Apple's 1984 Macintosh was revolutionary because it brought which interaction model to mainstream consumers for the first time? A. The microprocessor. B. The graphical user interface. C. The hard disk drive. D. MS-DOS command line. If you got it right, you see that confetti, that's for you. Drop a party popper in the comments. If you missed it, replay from scene 7 and it'll click. I'll see you in lesson 1. 6. Subscribe so you don't miss it, and share this with one classmate who needs it. Level up.